Yeah, some OGs this week dropping some heaviness. Welcome, metalheads. I'm the host of Heavy Metal Philosophy and writer for Metal Digest, JonBarbas. Make sure you stick around to the end of the episode for this week's album art of the week. It's the weekend, and that means we got new metal albums dropping, and I'm bringing you my 5 favorites. So let's get it. Coming in at number 5. Labarentthus Stellarum with Rift in Reality. This is atmospheric and ambient black metal out of Ukraine, real space themed, and therefore the synths on this sound very much like outer space. But what I love is in a lot of black metal when it has synths, those synths sound real kitschy, cheesy, weird to me. But these sound good. These definitely put me in space. There's clean vocal harmonies as well as the shrieky black metal vocals. And because it's stellar in nature, there's a lot of different moods and vibes and atmospheres here. So I really dug it. You will too if you check it out. Coming in at number 4. Nightfall with Children of Eve. This is melodic, blackened death metal with a bit of gothic doom in there from Greece. And I told you there was going to be some OGs this week. This is one of them. 30 years this band's been doing it, and it's pretty incredible that this deep into their career, they're putting out records like this that sound this fresh. This band is no stranger to blasphemy, but this time around it feels a little bit more personal. The opening track, I Hate, that really sets the tone for the rest of the record. But despite how pissed off it is, there's still a lot of really catchy choruses on here. I found it in my mind all week long as I was listening to it. You know, the Greeks have given us so much, but they don't really get the credit they deserve for their extreme metal scene. There's more than just rotting Christ and septic flesh out there. You definitely got to check out this Nightfall. Coming in at number 3, Your Spirit Dies, My Gnawing Pain Will Never Rest, metallic hardcore out of South Carolina. Y'all know the metalcore umbrella has gotten so big, it might as well be a carnival tent. There's so many different sounds, from the melodic stuff of the early 2000s that was inspired by At the Gates, the djenty stuff from the 2010s inspired by Meshuggah, and the poppy stuff of today inspired by Linkin Park and Deftones. This one, to me, sits right in that sweet spot between the early hardcore of the late 90s and the melodic stuff from the 2000s. Lots of mellow death riffs here that give them their metal street cred, but also that thudding hardcore riffage and the angry vocals. This one had me pining for a simpler time when the haircuts were awful, but the music was awesome. Coming in at number 2, A Flock Named Murder. Awesome band name with Incendiary Sanctum. This is blackened post-metal out of Canada, and the shortest song on this record is 13 minutes long. Most of the time, I would find that to be obnoxious and untenable, but these compositions merit the runtime. These songs don't have verses and choruses so much as they have movements, kind of like classical music. To say that each one of these 4 songs is a journey would be an understatement. I could spend an entire episode analyzing this record, and I would have to take copious notes. You would have to listen to this one multiple times to even scratch the surface, and I plan to do just that. And hey, before we do number 1, check this out. Some of y'all got y'all's hands on the Greek Cabin in the Woods Heavy Metal Philosophy shirt before I did, and that's cool. I very much appreciate it, but I'm glad I got mine now. I'm so happy with this. When I first started doing merch, I didn't think I was going to do, one of the regular hard to read metal logos, but I was just so happy with this design. Of course, got to do it, and I'm thrilled with it, and I'd be thrilled if you would get it too. So links in the description for my merch. Let's not spend a lot of time advertising for myself because we still got number 1 to do. Coming in at number 1, Hate with Bellum Regis. This is blackened death metal out of Poland, and in a year that has been woefully lacking in good blackened death metal, Hate is here to remedy that malady. This one is a crusher. Their lead singer, he goes by the name Adam the First Sinner. That's badass. And he has a distinctive voice. It roars and rumbles in the speakers. Meanwhile, the band they're just masters at building tension and then hitting you over the head with a crushing crescendo. It's incredible to me, again, another OG band, that after 30 years, this band still has this much intensity, but with a name like Hate, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I got an interesting one for this week's Dealer's Choice. I don't normally get into symphonic metal that much, but this was a new experience for me. Paula Tellez with Intra Parodies. Forgive my pronunciation, text on the screen just in case. And like always, every band's Bandcamp links will be in the description. First of all, you're going to need the link for this one. Before I go and heap a bunch of praise on this record, let me complain for a second. You can't find this one on Bandcamp. If you Google it, it's hard to find. Like, do y'all want to sell records or what? I managed to finally find a link. It's in the description. However, the music is amazing. It's a sort of folk symphonic metal. Now, we metalheads, we're quite used to hearing folk and symphonic metal, but usually it's of the Scandinavian or Celtic variety. This folk music is called fado, which is a Portuguese guitar and vocal style of folk music, and it blends with symphonic metal so well. The fado makes it interesting, and the metal lifts the fado. Paula's voice is incredible, and I love the mandolin-esque acoustic guitar playing, and then, of course, the electric guitars, too. You definitely want to check this one out. And hey, we're not done yet. Check out this album art. My favorite album art this week came from Pyramids with Pythagoras. This is post-metal out of Texas. Now, there wasn't a lot of albums released this week, but as usual, when I look at the spread of them, it's a whole bunch of very traditional heavy metal album covers. You know, skulls, grim reapers, oil paintings with the same color schemes. Same. Not this. That's real different. If I saw this in a record store, I probably wouldn't even think it's metal. The colors are too bright. It's some chick's fingernails and they're done up, so But then you've got the metal logo of the band, so that made me curious. I was like, hey, what is this? And then I listened to it and it's weird, and you know I like it weird. That's the job of your album art, to make me curious, to sort of tell a story of what I'm going to get when I listen to it. And that's why I picked this one. One more thing. That last thing is I just want to say thank you, because the best thing you can do to help this show is watching to the end. And if you're here, you did that. Hit like if you liked any of these bands. Much appreciated. Once again, always appreciate y'all checking out JonBarbas-shop.fourthwall.com for your heavy metal philosophy merch. There's stuff in there besides shirts. Go in there and look around. But most importantly, read philosophy, listen to metal. I love you.